The scandal of Diddy's White Parties, a journey to the heart of an iconic event. In recent weeks, the name Sean Diddy Combs has been on everyone's lips. Not for his music, nor for his successes in fashion or business, but for the scandals surrounding his arrest on September 16th. Videos, rumors, and news have flooded the internet, painting a disturbing picture of one of the most influential names in hip-hop and entertainment. However, in this video, we are not going to dwell on the legal accusations that Diddy is currently facing. Today, we will delve into one of the most legendary and talked about aspects of his public life, his famous White Parties. Between 1998 and 2009, Diddy's White Parties in the Hamptons became the summer event, the place everyone wanted to be invited to, but few could access. Imagine a world where the biggest stars of film, fashion, and music gather under one roof, all dressed in white, in an atmosphere of luxury and extravagance. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Paris Hilton, and many more walked through the same garden amidst laughter, champagne, and loud music. But like everything that shines, there are also hidden shadows behind these glamorous parties, and we'll tell you all about it here. The rule of white, elegance, and exclusivity. The White Parties started as a simple summer celebration at Diddy's mansion in the Hamptons, but quickly became something much bigger. The dress code was clear and strict. Everyone had to dress completely in white. Why? According to Diddy himself, the purpose of this code was to eliminate external barriers, making all guests from the biggest celebrities to industry executives equal. This touch of uniformity created an atmosphere of luxury and sophistication. From the moment you crossed the mansion's doors, it was clear that you were at one of the most exclusive events of the year. But it wasn't just about fashion. The real exclusivity lay in who could get an invitation, and it wasn't easy. Only the biggest names in entertainment and fashion managed to make it onto the lists, while others dreamed of being part of this exclusive group. The rise of the White Parties, from luxury to excess. Over the years, Diddy's White Parties grew both in fame and extravagance. What started as a relatively intimate party transformed into a massive experience, where the most important celebrities in the world mingled with the elite of music and film. Names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Mariah Carey, Kim Kardashian, Ashton Kutcher, and many more were spotted enjoying these parties at different times. However, like many of the most exclusive events, what was happening behind the curtains began to raise suspicions. For years, rumors circulated about what happened once the cameras were turned off and the less important guests left. It was then that what Diddy called the real fun began. On more than one occasion, Diddy himself was recorded sending off the children and non-essential guests, indicating that the party atmosphere was about to get more intense. The dark side of the White Parties, the freak-offs. One of the most talked about aspects of Diddy's White Parties lately are the so-called freak-offs. Although the White Parties seemed at first glance to be events full of glamour and luxury, some witnesses have revealed that what happened behind closed doors was very different. According to various reports, once the celebrities and main guests left, Diddy and his inner circle would dive into a series of private parties that allegedly included very questionable behaviors. The term freak-offs refers to elaborate sexual acts that, according to some reports, Diddy organized and recorded at these private parties. According to the statements of some witnesses, these private parties involved sex workers who were specifically brought in for these events. Reports suggest that Diddy distributed drugs to participants to keep them active for long periods of time, sometimes even for several consecutive days. The freak-offs have been one of the most disturbing elements revealed in the recent accusations against Diddy. Witnesses have stated that after these events, the participants needed to receive intravenous fluids to recover from physical exhaustion and the effects of the drugs. The combination of luxury, power, and reckless behavior created an atmosphere that many consider dangerous and out of control. The control behind luxury, power, and manipulation. What makes these events even more unsettling is the level of control and manipulation that Diddy allegedly exerted over his guests. According to reports, Diddy not only organized these events but also exercised total control over the participants, threatening to ruin their careers or reputations if they did not comply with his demands. The accusations go beyond mere verbal threats. Some witnesses have stated that Diddy used physical violence and emotional blackmail to ensure the participation of his guests. One of the most common methods he used was recording the participants during the freak-offs. These videos, according to reports, were used by Diddy to blackmail people and ensure their silence. Those who tried to oppose or leave Diddy's circle faced the possibility of their careers being destroyed if the videos were released. The role of drugs in the White Parties. A recurring theme in the testimonies about the White Parties is the role that drugs played in these events. According to reports, Diddy distributed controlled substances such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, gamma hydroxybutyrate, among others, to keep participants obedient and submissive during the parties. These drugs, combined with psychological pressure, created an atmosphere in which many guests felt they had no choice but to participate. The use of drugs not only affected the participants during the parties, but also had long-term consequences. Many witnesses have stated that after the events, they needed to receive medical attention to recover. According to reports, Diddy had a team responsible for administering intravenous fluids to the participants to help them recover after the parties. What was happening with the celebrities? Although many of the biggest names in the entertainment industry attended the white parties, there is no evidence that these public figures were involved in the darker aspects of the parties. However, it is impossible to ignore the fact that these parties were held in an atmosphere of power and control, where Diddy exerted a great influence over everyone who attended. Although the biggest celebrities may not have been involved in the freak-offs, it is important to recognize that the public perception of these events has drastically changed in recent years. The decline of the white parties and the legal consequences. Diddy's white parties reached their peak in the early 2000s, but as rumors and controversies began to accumulate, the shine of these events started to fade. Diddy's recent legal troubles, including the accusations. This behavior not only affected the party attendees, but also those who worked for Diddy. According to reports, several of his employees were responsible for organizing the events, booking hotel rooms, and making sure everything was ready for the freak-offs. It has also been reported that some employees were responsible for cleaning the rooms after the parties, removing any evidence of what had happened. The impact on public perception. Although many of the biggest names in entertainment attended the white parties, there is no evidence to suggest they were involved in the darker aspects of these events. However, the public perception of these parties has changed drastically in recent years. What was once seen as a symbol of glamour and exclusivity is now viewed with distrust and skepticism. Celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé attended these parties when they were simply glamorous social events. But now, with all the revelations that have come to light, many are wondering if they knew what was happening behind closed doors. The decline of the white parties and the legal consequences. The white parties reached their peak in the early 2000s, but as rumors and controversies began to accumulate, the shine of these events started to fade. In recent years, the legal accusations against Diddy have completely changed the perception of these parties. What was once seen as the most exclusive event of the year is now viewed as a representation of excesses and abuses of power in the entertainment industry. The recent accusations and lawsuits against Diddy have brought to light many stories that were previously just rumors. As more and more people begin to talk about what really happened at these parties, it's hard not to question the extent of Diddy's control over his guests and employees. Would you go to a party like that? And now the question becomes personal. Would you attend one of these parties? Imagine being surrounded by the biggest stars in the world, enjoying a night full of luxury, music, and fun. But knowing what we know now, would it really be worth it? Leave us your opinion in the comment box. See you soon!